Hi everyone and welcome back. This is Jello and today we're talking about Part 3, NPCs. Aside from your party, every person in your campaign is a non-player character, an NPC. That means as the game master, every person, monster, and villain the players meet will be your creation. Think logically for a moment. NPCs have no idea they are NPCs. I'll say that again. NPCs have no idea they are NPCs. That applies to all of them, from the background extras in the marketplace to the most fully fleshed out villain. You are creating a person, another thread in the fabric of your campaign. Your cast of characters will allow your players to be part of a vibrant living adventure. So let's start with the minimum you need to get a campaign going. The players. It's entirely possible to play a campaign entirely in a wilderness or dungeon setting. They may never have to talk to another soul but each other. Some parties prefer it that way. Others love the intrigue and mystery of urban campaigns, where players are always surrounded by a constantly changing menagerie of NPCs. As the GM, you will know best where your players fit on that scale. Next up, run-of-the-mill NPCs. The vast majority of your game world will fit into this category. The Game Mastery Guide puts them this way, quote, "There exist countless NPCs, some just as nuanced and well-developed as veteran heroes, others two-dimensional and stereotyped, destined to speak but once before fading back into anonymity." Close quote. Depending on how you plan your campaign, NPCs may need to be even more thought out than your encounters. Does your campaign revolve around a single city or site? Then your players will be repeatedly bumping into and rubbing shoulders with the same citizens, and their quirks, personalities, and feels should be consistent. Their names should be the same every time. I kid you not, I've seen it happen. Most NPCs really will only have brief contact with your party, and to make your job easier, use the resources at hand. Read through the Game Mastery Guide. The designers put years of thought into it, and it will improve your game if you apply the concepts. Let's take a look here at our Game Mastery Guide. This is page 94 through 97. It's called our NPCs Creator Toolbox. That's 6 pages of roll the dice and have an instant memorable NPC. Don't waste your time fleshing out NPCs who fill the same role as a TV extra when you can roll 10 of these in a minute and be done. Change it up now and then. Throw in a monstrous race and have yourself a list of NPCs. As a game master, always be on the lookout for tools and resources that can make your job even easier, especially with NPCs. This table from the Dungeon Master's Guide from Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 can really help you flesh out your NPCs' appearances. Now on to connections. In the real world, people get to know each other through mutual connections or repeated contact. The more contact, the more a connection grows, for better or worse. In the game world, PCs might get to know NPCs the same way. Give the NPCs, even your extras, some personality. But when it comes to the people the players will come into contact with the most, flesh that out. Shopkeepers, merchants, guards at the city gate, political allies, guild members, and followers. Give them something to do so that your players have a real connection with the story. In part 1 of this series, I recommended the reuse of previous settings. Here's an example from one of my old campaigns. Our party had just entered a town after saving a trade caravan from some marauders, here on the left. The grateful caravan merchants tell the whole town about the players' heroic exploits before continuing their journey. The party decides to rest up and resupply for a few days. They find a new side quest and knock that out before continuing on their journey towards the larger goal. When they get to the next town, people have already heard of them. This continued all along their path and caused them to wonder what was going on when people started offering them small discounts at the market and to buy them free meals at the taverns. When they finally reach the city they're going for, they're granted an audience with the governor, who throws them a banquet. At this point, half of my party was thrilled. and half were on the edge of their seat, suspicious of everything. Until they see the ruler's trade advisor is the merchant they saved 5 sessions ago in the caravan. Instantly, the kindness and goodwill they had received along the way was revealed to be because of their heroicism and realistic NPC actions. The example ends here, but that outcome would have been far different had they not decided to intervene with the orcs, or had they come to rob the caravan themselves. Your NPCs don't have to be perfect. Flesh out the ones you know you need, and leave the rest to simpler methods. Above all, make the connections in the game world revolve around the player's actions. Did they refuse to help the caravan, but were seen and recognized by a surviving caravan member? Then that governor and his country may well act in kind when they come to help. Give actions meaning, and take into consideration what natural punishments or rewards would come from them. NPCs are tools in the story of your campaign. Make them memorable and relatable, but remember, your players got cast for the starring roles in this story, so use your NPCs to facilitate that. And keep a lookout when we start our video next time, Part 4, Allies and Villains.